You think everybody's just going to walk up one day and see the light and say, you know something, y'all all right, let's all fall in line and everything's going to happen. The bottom line, like I was saying, Brother Holson, when I drew this map at the beginning, Thomas, you're on. I said, look, there's all of us on the one side that are fighting among each other. You know, the people like BA, the black conservatives, the black liberals, black progressive, conscious community, African nationalists, Pan-Africans. We're all on one side. You know, we're fighting each other. We at each other's throats, right? But then there's another side of black America who don't give a damn about none of this, and they're being aided and abetted by white America because white America wants that to be the representation of what we are to the world. You know, and they basically are just doing the same thing. It's a broken community. So a lot of brothers, when I see a lot of militant brothers talking about, yeah, you know, this, that, you know, things, no, wait a minute here. You may be living the so-called hood, but the hood is them brothers out there that are heroes, those youth kids, the kids that are, the dudes that are out there that got $1,000 in his pocket within 3 hours and everything. The dudes is driving all the making all the money and got all the what's going on and everything. That's the real hood, you know, and the police and the whole baby mama drama, guns and the Bloods and the Crips and all stuff like that. That is what the real hood is. Everybody else, you just a spectator, you know. You just a spectator on the side, and you need to join together with us to build something, you know. Because right now, because white America makes sure it's like that by making sure that, yes, those people are going to go out there doing the same thing. Okay, when somebody gets in trouble, we'll just slap them on the wrist, send them back out there. But if you do a little crime, we're going to send you up to jail. If you have a brother that maybe on the straight and narrow, but he makes a mistake, God forbid he makes a mistake, he drives over the speed limit, oh, no, they're going to take that brother and hang him. You know what, you was on your way to college? You know?
Colin. Yes, it's Thomas. I think we've talked about this on many occasions, so hold it. I think that the disconnect is this, and so this really encapsulates it. And we have a situation where it's an all or nothing proposition. Like, for instance, there are people that really believe, and they've come to believe that we are born to be criminals. We are born to be. There are people, think about it, because I want you to think about how incredulous this is. You mean to tell me, if you are I grew up in 163rd Street in Trinity, Morrisania, which is one of the poorest areas in the United States. Now, you mean to tell me if you take someone's ability to get a job, someone's ability to gain capital, someone's ability to get a quality education, someone's ability to not have to worry about drugs, alcohol in every corner, illegal guns, you trying to tell me they're going to come out and be a productive member of society on the whole? You think that's realistic? That's just like saying if you take someone who's in Palestine who's getting oppressed by Jewish settlers, that they're going to have an equal chance of opportunity in that country. That makes no fucking sense. So that's what I'm saying. So we have this, we've bought into the fact that, I think a lot of people have bought into the fact that, you know, we just can't get it right. No, we can't get it right because we have a system that is set up for you to fail. I mean, there's no way. I mean, think about it. I told you when I went home last summer, it was the most depressing trip I had. I went to the city. Let me tell you what I did. I went, because I did this on purpose because it had been so long since I took the train and took the bus and all that stuff. I mean, because the whole time I took the train up there and I didn't rent a car. I was on the bus. It's bugged because I still remember all the train lines. I know how to get around from the BX to Brooklyn. I can tell you all the train lines. I know how to get from Queen when you take the bus and all that. And I went on Prospect Avenue, now in Brooklyn in the Bronx, so right on the 2 and 5 is that. I went to the pizza shop that I used to go to, and it's changed hands a couple of times. I went to that pizza shop and just sat down and looked. I stayed there for like 3 hours. I looked at the decaying streets. I looked at the welfare line that was wrapped around the corner. I looked at all the people, all the young men who were unemployed, who were just out. I mean, from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, I saw nothing but young men ages 18 to probably about 35 with nothing to do. They wasn't coming back and forth from work. They was just chilling. Someone was on the corner doing whatever. And
all these
I was
young,
like,
all these
wow.
young, you know.
And it was the same size of decay because Prospect Avenue, for people who don't know, in the Bronx was like kind of one of the thoroughfares where, you know, you had a lot of commerce that went on. You had, Third Avenue, and you have Fordham Road, right? You got Southern Boulevard, and then you got Prospect, which is a main thoroughfare for commerce. And at that time, you know, there was a couple of juice stores that was over there. It's like this one dude, the Hymies, and then there was some boy at Jew-Man. And those businesses, you know, got ravaged, and some of them stayed, most of them left. And when you look around, I mean, you still see the same signs of decay from when that blackout happened in the 70s. I was just a baby when that happened. That's when they basically shut the city down. That's when, like, they ran through all the stores, they did everything they did, and basically it damn near looks the same 30 years later.
Yeah.
I mean, so let's think logically about this. And this is where it's very dangerous. This very dangerous thinking. Just because, you know, I can sit here, you know, I live in a decent neighborhood down south now, right? I could basically say, this is what I can say. You know what? I figured it out. You figure it out.
Right,
I mean, that's the attitude that people have, because rather than say there's something wrong with the system, they say there's something wrong with the people.
And you know what? That is so true.
Right.
That I wanna. Can I build on something? Because he's making me think of something. Because I had a conversation about this last night. I know that y'all are into the martial arts movies and stuff. You ever seen this movie? You ever seen this movie called Ninja Assassin? You ever seen this movie called Ninja Assassin, Kala? It came out recently.
Yeah, I see that one.
Okay. Now, just bear with me a second, because I want to prove a point here to get to and go in line with what you were saying, Thomas. There are some black people out here who believe that black people are just innately just no good. No good. No matter what you do, now in Ninja Assassin, what they did was they took some babies, newborns, and basically trained them to be assassins. Now let me ask you something. Did those babies have an assassin gene or something?
No.
Were they just naturally assassins out their mother's womb? No. They created a system to take these kids and train them to be what they wanted them to be.
Right.
We can take 10 black kids out of the mother's womb and create. I'll just put something out the air and say, let's say we want to make an elite group of motorcycle riders. We can teach these kids from the time they come out of the womb how to operate a motorcycle, and by the time they get to be of adults, they would be probably the best motorcycle riders on the face of the planet Earth, and they would be black. Why? Because they had a motorcycle gene inside of them. You know what I'm saying? Right. If you want something, you got to put the thing in place to get what it is that you want to produce. And unless you are doing that, then you ain't really addressing what the problem is.
Right, 100% right, 100% right. It's a system. The system just basically feeds on black mediocrity. The poor school system, the anything goes and everything like that. Unless you're going to get somebody like Joe Clark in there in the school system, everything, they got rid of him. You know, they get somebody like Joe Clark who puts his foot down and say, no, this is what I want. And everything.
See, that's the problem. The problem right here, the problem is that there's a lot of black folks out here who hate black people, and they are involving themselves in the discussion about our empowerment and about the community when they don't give a damn about the community. If I was to ask BA right now, does he believe that black people should have a socioeconomic and political infrastructure? He would say yes. He would say yes. Well, he's on the phone now, right?
Yeah, he's on the phone.
BA, do you believe that black people in America should have a socioeconomic and political control over their community?
It's imperative, of course.
See, that's the difference. So me and BA can talk, we can argue, we can go back and forth because I know what his goal is.
Yeah, right.
These other Negroes, if I ask that same question to them, they'll say, well, no, we can't have that because black people ain't never going to do nothing. I don't have no time to talk to you. You are not involved in the discussion.